Let's get this meeting underway. And good evening, one and all. I don't know what we're going to do because my computer doesn't work. We'll make do. Opening prayer, Mr. Zant, please. The persons that are present in this room have differences of opinions. Hold on. Mr. Labonte, you can stand up just like everyone else. Why? Just for respect's sake. Thank you. The people that are present in this hall have differences of opinions, different ways of channeling their emotions and taking their decisions. May we combine clarity of mind and kindness of mind, and may we be impartial in the face of strong personalities, and may we sacrifice self-interest for the interest of the whole. Help us to shed light on our decisions and deliberations, and help us to do our work with love and compassion for those that we represent. May your name be glorified through our efforts. Well, thank you very much then, Mr. Zant. Let's go on now to the adoption of the agenda. I move that the agenda be approved as presented before us tonight, seconded by Councillor Cardarelli. Any additions or changes then? None. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you. Let's go on to pecuniary interests. None. Thank you. We don't have anything to say about any closed meeting matters that would have been discussed. Fine. Let's go on to announcements. Mr. Mayor, this is the 50th, the inauguration of the 50th Carnival, 50th anniversary of the Carnival in Clarence and Rockland, hosted by Lions Club. There will be activities nearly each and every day. The grand official opening is this coming Friday. I believe that you've already received the invitation, Mr. Mayor. I have. There are events hosted on Saturday and Saturday. There's a beer festival, and there's the Grand Cru show. There's also a comedy show on Sunday with the supper and the traditional car race on ice on the Sunday. Those who wish to obtain information, you can tap into the Lions Club Facebook page. Mr. Simal, we completed our Saint Pascal Carnival this last Sunday. Things went very well. We had a record number of participants. Mr. Levad, yes, the Hammond Carnival kicks off this coming week. There's going to be a show for children, a children's show hosted by the school. Social clubs will also be involved. There's going to be a comedy show at the Four Seasons station. There'll also be a rock junkie musical performance that particular night for those who are adept to dancing to rock and roll music. Well, thank you. Well, I'm working now with 3 computers tonight instead of just one. Mr. Cuisino, can you work all 3 computers all at once? I know you can. I don't know if I can, however. Yes, Mr. Mayor? In spite of February, I must say that we are in February, but given the Groundhog Day results, spring is fast approaching, and so those who wish to register at the soccer activities, just tap into our website and register. Spring is just around the corner. Mr. Gardarelli? Mr. Zant, then fine. I'd just like to announce also the grand official opening of the Parc Alain Potvin Park this coming Saturday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. There'll be music, campfire. Everyone's welcome. It's free. And I invite everyone to take a look at the beautiful aspect of this natural park, of this park. Now, members' resolution. I'd like to talk about this coming members' resolution. I'd like to prohibit plastic bags in stores around here. Some cities are already active participants in this type of movement. Paper bags are made out of recycled paper. There's a purpose behind that, an environmental purpose behind that. And paper bags sent to a landfill site decompose much faster. Now, Plastic bags. Well, last week the Convex Group gave us a presentation with regards to plastic bags, and all plastic bags are funneled into landfill sites, and it costs money to get rid of them. Uh, some were even brought to a cement factory in Quebec because it enhances the burning process of certain combustibles. So this is something I'd like to look into if you're all interested, if you're all in agreement, if you have other alternatives. Well, we won't lose our time with this any further, but I think it's going to be useful. This material will wind up in our landfill sites, one way or another. We can, let's say, ponder this for the coming year, and we'll give ample warning to our businesses. You stated that you received a presentation to this effect? Yes. I can ask the Convex Group to forward us this presentation that they gave us. They're based in Hawkesbury, and because of the costs, they'll be incurring a $500,000 deficit. So they're either going to close their doors or look at other options. They're the ones that were taking in recyclables, yes, and they were taking in plastic material. They were baling it up, and they stored them in their hangars, in their warehouse facilities. Some of this was sent over to cement facilities in Quebec. I believe that small plastic bags, if they're sent over to the landfill site, it'll cause a lot of difficulties. And plastic bags don't disintegrate all that quickly, as opposed to paper bags in Quebec or in British Columbia. There's another also province that started this practice. Casselman already adopted a resolution to this effect. I asked them to send me this resolution they've adopted, and I'll give you further news as to this. There are many businesses will incur greater costs by ordering paper bags instead of plastic bags. It's going to cost them a bit more. I know they might not have any choice from an environmental standpoint. Yes, I understand, but from an environmental standpoint, it helps us. We're talking about a lot of money here, Mr. Mayor. I'm very pro-environment, as you all know, but at the same time, Canada is, on the other hand, Canada is not the biggest plastic polluter on this fair earth. It's a good practice to make use of paper bags, but in any event, I think there are arguments on both sides, pros and cons. If we are to take a decision as to this, it might be advisable to have groups addressing this issue, representing both sides of the coin. Mrs. Chouanière, well, people will start making use of uh, bags that are sold off at $1 or $2 made out of other types of materials. Well, the argument is that these recyclable bags, these reusable bags, often people forget them when they go and do their groceries, and they purchase others, additional ones, and they wind up with 30 or 40 of those particular bags at home, and they accumulate and accumulate. Some are made out of plastic and others are made out of other material. Even those that are made out of other type of material. We know that we like to outlaw plastic as much as we can in our society, but there are many kinds of plastics. Of course, we can define what type of plastic can be done away with and not. But some bags are made out of material, if you wish, and can be reused and folded and unfolded very quickly. Mr. Simard, well, the Environmental Committee held its meeting on the 30th of January, Mr. Mayor, and we'll conduct an awareness campaign dealing with this in April during the course of Earth Day. Grade school students will write letters to local merchants to ask them not to make use of plastic bags during the course of their ongoing business. Let's not forget that these 5-cent plastic bags that are purchased, that are sold off to us, well, businesses make money out of those plastic bags. It might cost maybe 0.2 cents for them to purchase those. I would suggest, Mr. Mayor, that we go through the environmental committee, taking a look at this issue with them to see if we can go forward or not. Yes, I just wanted to determine whether or not members of council did wish to go ahead or not. It will involve everyone. We're just starting off right now at the initial consultation process. Fine. Let's go on to the next item, consent items. Is there anything that you'd like to withdraw from the list of consent items? Mr. Levert, I believe that you haven't read those for quite a while now. Consent items. I know that's your be it resolved that the following items as identified as being consent items appearing on the agenda of the regular meeting of the 3rd of February be adopted. 10.1, adoption of the meetings of the following meetings. Special meeting, 15th of January 2020, regular meeting, 22nd of January 2020, and committee of the whole, 22nd of January 2020. Receipt of the following minutes, minor variance committee, meeting, 10.3, recommendation, the following recommendations stemming from the Committee of the Whole, 2020 resolution to approve the breakdown of fees with regards to daycare centers, and resolution to approve funds to the Parc Alain Potvin, resolution to request the widening of the territory under the jurisdiction of the South Nation Conservation Authority, and 10.5, resolution to recognize the Optimists Hockey Tournament as being a grand municipal event. Fine. Item 11.1, Mr. Zant, be resolved that Council void the amount of $10,688.77 on the property 016-021-00340 Clarence ISLD Part RD5 DR9 Parts 410, and that Council adopt the bylaw that will allow it to acquire the property 016-021-00340 Clarence Island PTRD 50R9 parts 4 and 10. Is there a way maybe to normalize the way in which we identify those properties? When you don't know what you're reading, it's a bit hard to follow along. Seconded by Councillor Cardarelli. Questions? All those in favor? I thought someone was going to ask that this be repeated. Well, I was going to hand it to someone else to read this, Mr. Mayor. Item 12, consent items. Are there any items that you'd like to withdraw? Councillor Cardarelli? Fine. Be it resolved that the following bylaws be adopted. 12.1. 2020-05, amendment to zoning bylaw 2016, technical anomalies. 12.2, 2010-08, lifting of 1 foot reserve with regard to M435 Cooper Street property. 12.3, 2020-09, an agreement to adjust funds with regards to IOC. 23, for the update of works to be with regards to wastewater reserves. Be it resolved that bylaw 2020-11 be deemed a confirmatory bylaw for the regular meeting of the 3rd of February 2020. Seconded by Councillor Chouanière. All those in favor? Adjournment called at 7:30 p.m. Let's take a few minutes and tackle the next meeting. Can we start the next meeting prior to 8 p.m.? We might finish early? Fine.